Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Mountain Facebook land. We are back. It's been a bit of a hiatus. Is that the word, boys? Are you trying to figure that out still? Are you still playing with that?
No, I'm trying to mute it so all my,
what are
my
you playing
fans
with?
don't, interrupt the show.
Oh, we got a problem there. Scotty, you're going to have to go to the Google screen, turn or is it just go to the bottom right corner and, the volume's off. There we go. We're good. We're in the zone now. So it's been a while.
It's been a long, long while.
It's been since Bear Camp. Do we have to introduce ourselves still?
Sure.
I'm Ian West. I run this FearFishing. I don't even know what to call it at this point. It's this crazy town here. To my left, co-host. I guess we don't even have a co-host anymore. I guess.
What do you mean we don't have a co-host? I'm losing my title.
This is now just it is what it is.
Am I getting a pay cut?
When we had the fancy setup where you and I sat over here, and then we had the secondary guests.
The secondary.
Now that we sit at like a round table, like King Arthur's men.
Well, if I'm getting demoted,
we're not getting demoted. You still get to sit beside me.
My name's Amber Philp.
That's funny. Shawnee.
No, I'm not Amber.
Look at that.
No, you lost your turn. Lost your turn. Here, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, boys.
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking hard cherry cola.
Nice. I'm drinking Paps. Ran out of Miller High Life already in Ontario.
And
what are you drinking?
I found a rock star in your fridge.
In my fridge. Introduce yourself.
I'm Sean McCall.
Where are you from, Sean?
I'm from Curtis.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Because you grow on me, buddy.
Producing the show tonight all the way from Trenton, Ontario. Bayside, to be exact. Who is that?
Oh, look at...
Is that you, Scott?
That's me.
You know what that is? That is the other laptop.
No, that's my phone.
Oh, Scott.
Just trying to do too much at once.
You're looking to be a
Okay.
third-rary guest or whatever you call it.
Tundra is not only producing the show, he's running the IM board, and he's trying to occupy himself while we talk.
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook.
Sharing.
You're sharing?
Yeah, I'm
Sharing is caring.
Yes.
Let's jump in here. We're going to start the show off tonight. Our good friend Keith Duster, who has been a huge supporter of Fear Fishing from the forever. I can't ever remember making a post that Keith Duster didn't share for us. His father passed away, I think it was last week. So
yes, it was.
This show is dedicated to Keith. He's been a great source of inspiration for us all over the years.
Yes, and his father was quite the angler himself.
Yes.
Peter.
So our thoughts are with Keith and his family.
Absolutely.
You'd think Keith would be a better fisherman if Peter was his father.
You would. It's kind of like, Wayne Gretzky's, like, Keith's quite the pike angler.
He is.
Gretzky's kid's a really good football player in Beverly Hills. A quarterback, to be exact.
Gretzky's daughter's a smoke show.
Yeah.
She is. And
but you know what I
she's
mean?
a little promiscuous, isn't she? Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I think Duster will do fine. I think he's fishing tournaments this year, too.
I'm sure I'm going to see him at the Canada US like we usually do.
This is for the Duster family.
Yes.
We've got another one we want to talk about, too.
Real tragedy. A few weeks ago now, I think we lost one of our own, Stuart Ellis.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, drunk driver. Killed him on his way to work. Which is just terrible. And you know what? The Thursday before that, he posted a thing saying, the drunk drive. I'd rather be woken at 4 a.m.
to pick somebody up.
Yeah, than know that they're dead. And
that's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. I spent a lot of time talking to Stuart at tournaments. We used to chat on Facebook from time to time.
I never had the opportunity to meet Stuart personally, but definitely on Facebook. You know how we all have those Facebook friends and stuff. He was always so positive and
smile on his face. I don't think I ever seen the guys frown at a tournament. One of those guys you just like. I'm just happy to fish.
And one of the saddest parts, he's got his wife's pregnant with a baby. He'll never know his father. And what a great guy he was.
Terrible.
So. Very,
this one
sad.
goes to Stuart, too.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Yeah. Where do you want to start? Sean, are you really watching us on your phone while we do this?
I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Why you just say it in the mic?
Oh, wow.
It's usually Amber's on the thing. Taking care of it all. We don't got Amber tonight.
I take a lot of heat for looking at myself in the mirror around this joint and combing my beard.
Combing your beard, that's what.
But I've never watched myself live on Facebook. That's a new one. Whoa.
Hey, how was that drink? I noticed your face when you took your first sip there.
They're interesting.
It was
eh?
good. It was.
That wasn't a "this is good" taste.
It was.
That wasn't that look.
It was a. I better try that again to make sure.
Well, let's blow the doors right off there. Sean, you got big news from the deer woods.
Yeah, I got lucky the other night.
You got lucky.
Yeah,
lucky.
I caught a deer.
You caught a deer.
Yeah, caught a deer.
We should tell the backstory to that. Sean
yeah, you know what?
posted-
Hear the backstory. I'll tell you the backstory.
Go ahead.
I learned about Sean hitting a buck from my wife on Facebook. Never got a call, never got a text, never got. Yeah.
All right, you want to know the real story? What happened? When was it?
That's
it
for
was,
the
It was
Sunday.
Tuesday, right?
laptop.
Tuesday, yeah.
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So Tuesday, I seen that there was a chance it was going to rain for like 15 minutes in the morning. I drew a circle, 3 raindrops inside that circle. Sorry, boys, too wet to work. Got to go hunting.
Yeah, what a softie.
So gone, and it was really, really windy that day. Crazy windy, and I was like,
it was, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to hunt in this wind, you know. I'm 20 feet up in a tree, and my tree goes like this, you know. And I was like, I don't usually see a lot of deer when it's that windy. I said, but you know what? I'm driving all the way up there. I got to feed anyway. I said, I'm going to do the afternoon sit, and then I'll feed after in the dark. No problem. So I went to my stand, and I was happy I did, because at 4:34, I got a camera pic of this buck coming in. And, you know, these things, they're like the wood ninjas, right?
Oh, I don't even talk about it.
You don't see them, like, because you're trying to sit there so still. You don't see them until they're like right in front of you, right? And I was lucky enough to have this guy come in, and I put the rangefinder on him. Knew that was the one I've been hunting all year, and I put a good shot on him. I hit him a little bit farther back than I would like to, and a little bit high. So after I shot, I knew, because my Luminoc, I watched the Luminoc drive right into him, and the Luminoc went out. So I was like, oh man, I said, I got to get down and check for my arrow. I'm pretty sure I got to pass through there, but I didn't. I buried about 10 inches of the arrow into him. The arrow broke off as he was running out. I found it right there. So I was like, all right, the Luminoc just shut off. It hit something on the other side, and that it happened.
Kicked out, yeah.
So I said, you know, I watched him run, because usually they'll run in a straight line, and I watched him run, go over this little knoll. I said, I'm going to walk over there, and I'm going to light the Luminoc, because when we come back, I'm going to give him a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to light the Luminoc and stick it in the ground, so I don't have to look for blood all the way to there.
Yeah,
you know, because it's
makes sense.
You know, I'm like 75, 100 yards away where I seen him go, right?
McCall does come up with some good ideas, eh?
So,
yeah, he's smarter than he looks.
It saves a little bit of time in the woods, especially when there's no snow. You know what I mean? There's no snow. Tracking blood is, and when you hit a deer high, you're not gonna, and you don't have a pass through. I'm telling you, the blood's going to be just drip.
I'm sure there was a sip of whiskey before you guys went back to this Luminox too.
No, I was stressed right out, man. I'm stressed out until I recover that animal.
Gotcha.
You know, but there was a sip of whiskey after.
Oh, I know that.
Right.
You remember the?
I had to have a celebratory.
Remember
whiskey.
that Luminox I fired off that went over that bear? For we could see that clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was worth it.
that was a beautiful deer.
Like you said, the ninja thing.
Yeah.
So true. If you people that have never seen a deer in the woods or whatever, they are not prancing around out there whistling
Not in
and singing
Ontario.
Disney tunes. They're not doing it.
This is certainly not Kansas.
Yeah.
Well, they know they're not top of the food chain. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know. But
Sean McCollins.
I lit the Luminoc out there, and when I went out, I stuck the arrow in the ground and lit the Luminoc. This deer bounded up like 10 feet from me and took off again. I was like, oh no, but he had the wobbles, eh? When he got up. He had the wobbles, and I was like, oh, he's going down. But I was like, I didn't want to push him. You know, I initially didn't want to push him because it's just not what you do. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to track the blood all the way to that one spot. And man, he dropped right there. He was right there. So. But
so do you think he would have just
stayed there and expired? Yeah, because where I watched him bound, from where he went over, he only went maybe 75, 80 more yards from there, and we found him while he was laying in a swamp. Half his body was covered in water, right?
Nice.
But big thanks to Jason Detman and my brother Miles for helping me out there. And Detman, it's his property that we hunt.
Yeah, what a great property that is.
Oh man,
Sean and I were talking on the way home. Hunt camp is not one word. There's hunt, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's the camp.
Yeah, the camp
just
part.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, like there's two different situations to it, and they're just great fun.
On the way here, we were talking about, because I had this deer the first day of hunt camp.
Yeah.
Well, the first night we got there, the night I indulged, right?
Yeah.
So
we've been to bear camp.
Yeah, right.
We've seen it.
So the next day I was feeling amazing, and I decided to have a little afternoon nap, and I slept almost right through my hunt. I woke up at 4 o'clock, and I was like, well, it's too late to go to my stand.
Yep.
You know, I'll just have another one, right? So anyway, that day I had the picture of that buck standing at my plot.
Some bitch.
You know, I said, that's all right. I got lots of time. And Tuesday I got the chance, and I'm blessed enough to put a good shot on him. But that arrow went into him, hit the bottom of his rib cage on the other side, broke his ribs, never came through his hide.
Ooh.
Really, eh?
No way.
Yeah, well, I skinned him out last night.
We can talk where we're at. I've named this buck Swamp Star, who showed up on November 18th at 4:42 p.m. And then again on the 28th at 4:42 p.m. About a foot away from my trail cam. We got some good footage of him.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Both nights I was not there. The next weekend I was hoping for a three-peat because he never shows up. He only I think we're on a 6-day pattern.
It was a 6-day pattern, I think.
He never showed the next weekend, so he knows where the food is. So hopefully the snow's gonna fly this weekend and he's gonna get hungry.
Yeah. So we're expecting
that's my plan.
When
that's
that
my
snow flies, they
it changed last year for me. I didn't see any deer until the snow flied, and then they were just nuking the bait.
Yeah.
We got a couple things going on here.
Okay, let's hear it, boss.
Matthew Alexander said congrats to
Thanks,
Sean.
Matt.
Woo! Congrats.
And I got a couple comments about one from Rob Jackson, one from Ed Vianu about Amber.
Amber is at work. Somebody's got to make
Amber
money here at Fear Fishing.
Yeah. She's making rich old ladies pretty.
She is.
She's doing.
She does a hell of a job.
She does.
If I had hair on this bean of mine, I'd go there to get my hair cut.
Yeah, my wife's going. I think my
Salon
daughter's going too.
they go down
for the Christmas cuts.
This salon at Turner House, for anybody who doesn't know.
Christmas cuts.
Yeah.
Christmas cut. You need a Christmas cut?
styles.
Scotty?
Sorry, girls, don't go for
Scotty boy.
Cuts are $15. Styles are
cut
more.
Beard trims.
That looks good.
I didn't let her trim my beard.
No?
Because I thought if Amber messes it up, I won't be able to live with her anymore.
Get my
buddy, don't let anybody touch your beard. I'm telling you, I went through that last year. I was
yes,
like,
you did.
Yeah, you
remember
did.
that half a beard he brought to Texas?
Oh, my God. I was going to scissor kick this girl, too, man. She took off like the whole, like a big indent out of my beard. I was pissed. But I lived with it.
The beard game is strong. You guys do anything? Essential oils or anything for the beard?
I do. I use this Barbara Sol, whatever shampoo stuff. Makes it all nice and soft.
I have a shampoo.
And then I have an oil, but I didn't put any oil today.
I did oil today.
Vagina oil? Is that what you use?
Yeah, that's what it is.
The
made by Sensi.
Now, there could be a real market here for men's beard oil that smelled like doe piss.
No, I did that to myself on Tuesday. Not
no,
cool, man.
Not cool?
No, because it was windy, and I took out the buck bomb doe piss, right? And I was like...
Did you use the estrus one, or just the regular one?
Just the regular doe piss. And I was just like... And I could just see the particles coming at me. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good. And I got her all in the face, and it was in my mustache. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what, Ian? Ian has an obsession with the smell of doe piss.
I love it.
Do you not? He just
loves
it. He goes, oh, I love the smell of it. He just loves it.
Absolutely
really?
love the smell of it. It's got to be doe and heat piss. The doe piss is...
The estrus?
Yeah.
You're down with the
I
estrus?
love it.
You are one dirty
spray,
bastard.
I'm not even kidding you. On my boots, like your boots go up so high, I spray it on my pants where I can get woofs. I love it. It's like it's like a black permanent marker. Like you shouldn't, but you're kind of like, that's not bad.
Oh, wow. I'm probably going to leave the room
So here's
yeah.
my...
I came back and I even knew this.
Yeah.
I did have one bad experience. I had a can of Buck Bomb, and now, kid, this is more of a warning than anything else.
Would you leave the lid off?
No, I left it in the truck during like this time of year, so it froze.
Ooh.
Right, and I was not walking into my stand without something on my boots. So I give her a little tap on the tailgate, and the top popped off and let her rip. The whole can like this. Do you know, like when you're so stupid that...
And that's when you fell in love with it?
Yeah. It's just like,
when it shot all over your face.
You know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? Remember like Pepe Le Pew? Remember Pepe Le Pew? It was just like... And it like engulfed. So it went off. I did one of these, right? And then for some reason I thought like thumb over the... No.
Oh, wow.
And I was just covered. And then I was up in the tree stand, and it was right around when we got that cougar on camera.
Hey, Ian, you want to go camping?
Yeah. So I got that cougar on my camera, and it gets dark, and I was like, I bet you I smell like a whole herd of deer walking out of here.
Oh, yeah. You know, I kind of like the tarsals. The tarsals smell on a buck. You know where the tarsals are, right?
Yeah, the gland.
Yeah, on their hind legs.
Yeah.
I kind of like that smell. It's
Really?
but it's manly. It's not like doe piss.
Doe piss, great.
Like the tarsals it's a
I don't know
manly
what
smell.
it is. I don't know. It's got to be. Maybe I got a thing for does.
I don't know.
I like it though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, I know you like it. You
probably
tell me every
should've
time
lied,
you
though.
spray it all over
Every
yourself.
time I just spray right on. You
probably
know
should've
what?
lied.
Yeah.
Right? I figure if a buck tries to hunt me on the way out, at least I saw one.
Yeah.
I can say I touched a buck this year.
You'd miss.
Big shout out to Rob Jackson who got his hunting license.
Yeah, he
did,
also
he
had
did.
his first solo sit the other
He
night.
did. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
What
pretty
was
excited, eh?
He was pumped, he said.
He's like a little kid right now.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did
man.
a video shoot.
Oh, I thought he was going to go out and shoot Birdie's buck.
That's probably touch and go. Can you imagine? Because this is real news right
Yeah.
here.
If they sit this weekend, that buck's going to come in, man.
Now,
Did you hear that, Rob?
Now, what if Birdie's not there and the big one comes out? Should Rob drop it, or should Rob play like I didn't see anything?
Oh.
Would you go home to that?
Yeah, well, you know what? Those two share so much. I think they could share the experience. I think she'd be just as happy for him as he would be for her.
Is
You
this
know?
Maybe
true,
on-
Is this
I
true,
think
Rob?
I
Quite
think she'd
possibly
be-
on Facebook
I think
Live, but
she'd
like we're
probably
talking
be
after
happier
hours.
We got a
with
couple-
him having his first buck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
I'm
something to share with
sure
somebody.
maybe Rob is watching.
Got a couple. Yeah, Rob's watching.
What'd
We
he say?
also got. He was one that commented about Amber.
Yeah.
We also got Fern that says you guys are sick, and we got Duster wants to know what everybody's excited about for 2018.
We're not. We'll get there.
See, Rob even said
And
if it
Rob
comes
said
out,
he's
it's getting
getting
it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
attaboy,
I
Rob.
feel like if Rob gets that and Birdie wasn't with him, that I should probably like hustle my butt to Ottawa and get that on the vlog.
That'd be
Like,
awesome.
right, like coming through the door and being like, okay, action. And then Rob Teller.
You could do like a birdie's eye view.
You know,
see what I did there?
It's probably yeah, exactly. Like because the camera's there, congratulations. But those eyes, where only a married man knows that when that thing shuts off, there's gonna be trouble. Oh man. So, what was the question from Mr. Duster?
Duster, want to know what
2018.
everybody's excited for 2018.
Well, this will kind of get us into our next thing. We've kind of been hinting that we may possibly go to the Bassmaster Classic.
Maybe, yeah.
Kind of like
It's not that far away.
shit. I hope your wife's not watching.
Oh, that's okay. She's not.
We've been hinting at this. So that would be something. Like I think that your and I's experience on day 3 of that classic was my highlight of 2017.
Yeah, it was
I don't think we'll ever get to do.
super cool.
That was
Super cool.
when in the video when Van Damme's sitting beside us and he leaves and I go, "See you, Kevin."
Yeah.
That was a pretty special moment. We were right there.
Yeah.
Like right
And
there.
that's
High
what's
five and Ike when he went by.
Yeah. I every time they run any ad where Jordan Lee comes in, you can see Sean and I as clear as day.
I was outside talking to Jordan Lee's mom just before he weighed in.
Talking or hitting on her?
No, talking.
Okay.
She said she was Jordan's and she was all like shaking. She had to go outside for fresh air. She
Mark was
couldn't take
wheeling
it.
her.
Yeah.
I wasn't
He was
wheeling
wheeling
her.
Yeah.
Put the
Yeah.
moves on Jordan's mom.
Yeah.
Can I just
for
hold the
sure.
trophy?
Yeah.
Can I just hold just
If
once?
I knew his son was going to win the Bassmaster Classic, I might have. but-
Hey,
yeah.
your wife's watching.
No, she's
Speaking
forgot
of
to
this,
tell ya.
do you guys remember on Saturday night when we ruined Brent Ayler's chances of winning the classic?
Yeah.
We fucked him.
It was basically you, but
No, come on. Well,
You called it too.
I did.
You called
Like
it.
when we walked away, remember? I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
looked
if
right
he
at me.
and I said, if he wins the classic, it's because he shook this hand.
And
it
you
was
lost
over.
it.
Oh, yeah, you screwed him.
Yeah, I totally. Do you remember that?
Sorry,
Yeah,
Brad.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It was pretty cool. That was a good experience. Now, let's do, the 3 of us have been to classic. You've been to 2.
I have been. Yep.
Let's do our top 5 things
Okay.
that you need to do while you're at the classic. Like, important, we're going to be tour guides. What are some of the things, if you're going this year, that you just have to do?
Okay. 5. You have to ride the fish.
Okay.
you gotta ride the
Yeah.
fish.
That was important.
Yeah. So for guys that don't know, they have like a bunking bronco.
Bullfish?
What do they call
Bullfish?
that?
It's a bull bass.
One of those mechanical bull things, but it's a largemouth.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I smoked you, by the way.
You smoked me because I didn't know what I was doing, and you learned off my ways. That's why.
I'm just the champion at riding the bull, bud.
Yeah, you're the champion at the bull.
I bet you the smallmouth.
I would say number two thing, don't rush in on day one. Don't be like
you're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, the weigh-ins are very, very, very long.
Day one, there's not going to be a lot of people there. The expo, you're going to have 2 more days. It's not a 3-day expo, where the one in Texas wasn't. It was like 2 days, would have been plenty.
Yeah.
If I would have changed anything about our experience in Texas, I would have liked to have gone to the ocean on day one when we got there.
If you're those kind of people that just whizzes by and looks, you can do it in a day, no problem. But if you want to sit, talk, chat, meet people, take the 2 days. But definitely not 3.
And if you do all, like, the weigh-ins are amazing. But if you,
it's a long 3 days.
It is a long. Like day one is a long time. We should have went. I feel like on day one, you should probably go halfway through the weigh-in, pop in, take in like the bit of the experience and look around, find out where everybody's stacking up, so that on like that when you get back to your hotel that night and you go to dinner and you start drinking, you can really start to have the conversation with your friends about who's taking this, right? Like that's the exciting part about day one is we got our top 10 figured out and how far apart they are.
Yeah.
Right? And which guys are just done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That would be my advice number 2. Don't rush in on day one. Don't go crazy on day one.
Number 3 you got to do. I would say if you have a chance to watch the blast off, do it.
Yeah.
We watched it by boat in Tulsa, on Joey Ford's boat, and it was pretty cool. Pretty, the helicopters flying over, and the guys just going, and if you can, spectate, if you have that opportunity to get in a boat and spectate, that's pretty cool too. Just make sure that you respect.
That's
some
great advice. Yeah.
And
don't be that dick who gets his rod out.
Yeah. Don't get a rod out if you're watching these guys.
Jesus. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people?
See, that's why I couldn't go out in my boat and watch these guys. I'd be like so burning to fish. I'd be like, I'm going to another lake.
Get in on the stool?
Yeah, go to another lake.
They start busting on the surface and McCall breaks out the popper. I can't help myself.
I can't do it.
And if it's in Houston, make sure you don't have your side iron on you.
Yes, true. They searched you pretty hard there, right? That was, what? Okay, so that was number 2. That was 3.
3.
We got to go to Minute Maid Park, and the Astros won the World Series. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was.
That's a real baseball stadium, right? Like when you went in there, I was kind of like, wow, like this is a real American baseball.
They got a freaking train in there, man.
It's awesome. Yeah. Dopest thing. Number 4.
Number 4.
You got to stop by and see Fat Cat Newton.
Oh my God! Isn't that guy awesome?
You got to tell him that
you don't know who Fat Cat is,
Fishing sent you there to do a high kick. You want a high kick photo.
Yeah, Fat Cat's a great guy. If you haven't seen him, check out his videos on YouTube and stuff. Just a funny guy.
You guys
probably really funny guy.
He's probably the best fisherman in the world, right?
Probably,
quite
100%.
Anyway,
quite possibly.
He's a really good owl hunter. He does do well with snapping turtles.
Yeah. He makes his own rods.
He's the inventor of the coffin bill crankbait.
Yes, with the chainsaw.
Just turn this webcast off now and just go right to Fat Cats. You'll be entertained for at least a week.
Yeah.
Stop by the booth. Number 1.
Number 1.
Whoa. Should we have like an honorary, that's not going to make the list, but
okay, yeah. Don't believe.
No. Don't walk around Houston by yourself drunk at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you.
He made it home.
He did. He did. Hurting.
It's a beautiful, beautiful city.
Yeah. It is a beautiful city.
I got some nice pictures.
I would say don't believe that the photo of your hot dog is what you're getting.
What was that guy? Ken Hoffman dog.
Ken Hoffman dog.
So anybody who's not watching at home, this thing on the photo looked like it was a mile long.
Hanging off the bun, 6 inches on each
side. Just dripping. We get like a Walmart sausage.
Yeah, it was a 4-inch on a 2-inch bun.
Yeah. It was like your regular hot dog bun, and there was 2 inches of bun hanging off each end. So your first and last bites were pretty much
the same.
Yeah,
was all Ken. All Ken.
Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah,
that is a good. Stay away from the Ken Hoffman dog.
They were cheap too, those.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, $15 for.
I think I had the collector's edition Coors Light at like $26 American.
You think you're getting Ron Jeremy, but you really get Bernie Rubble.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
So the number one advice, if you're going to the 2018 Classic,
take it all in. Approach every angler that you see.
Yeah, they are
will
super
talk
nice.
to you. They're super great guys. So approachable.
Oh man,
don't be afraid.
Everybody.
Ask.
We met everybody.
Questions. You know,
yeah,
whatever, man. Take some photos.
Okay, right now, who's your pick? Who are you picking for the 2018?
2018.
My pick. Really? Is Carpenter watching? Brian Carpenter, pass that message along to Art. I can't believe you picked Ike. Mike's one of my heroes, but
Ike's time.
You think so, eh? He got into the Classic in a really interesting way too. That what's his name? He comes into Nirvana. Oh, we're putting ourselves on the spot. Somebody on the IM board, the name. Anyway, he was he was already in the Classic, and he won the last Central Open tournament, which made him double qualify, which means the last guy moves up, Mike Iaconelli, for year 17 in a row. He will be at the Classic. That's your pick.
I think Mikey. Yeah.
I'm going to pick Brandon Polnick because I picked him on every event last year. The last year's Classic. I really, I think if it'd be something real special. I think the kid's a great angler. He's probably the future.
I'm a big fan of Polnick.
He's a great guy.
I've got to speak to him like on text message and stuff. He is the most humble, honest, like polite person you'll ever speak to.
He liked our little trick too. We pulled on Mark Hunter there.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, you guys are dickhammers.
Brandon did like that. So my pick's Brandon.
And he's a wrestler.
Brandon.
And he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ex-wrestler.
We'll let Sean go last. Tundra, who's your pick?
Who am I picking?
If somebody picks Van Damme, I'll smack them.
No. I'm going with Wheeler.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm going with Wheeler. Always go with Wheeler.
I can't believe nobody's picked Ayler yet.
No.
I pick Ayler for
you
second.
Shook his hand. You
I pick Ayler. I pick Ayler for second.
Ever since then, he's just went. Ooh.
Please, nobody message.
Hey, Brent, you might want to wash your hand or something. It's time.
Okay, Sean, who's your pick? James Ewan is the gentleman's name. James Ewan. I don't know how that came to me.
Rob Jackson picks Casey. Repeats.
Oh.
Duster, of course, KVD for Duster. Fern is Ayler.
I have had this number call me every night at least twice a day.
Let's answer it.
No, we're not answering.
Yeah, put them on.
I have a feeling it's pure fishing. No, I'm kidding.
Sounds a lot like fear, but
yeah.
Okay, Sean, who's your pick?
Oh, I hate to step on your dick, but Polnick, I'd really like to see him pull it off, right?
Skeet.
Wayne Wilson.
We don't even say that name on this show.
Yeah.
If Polnick, I don't know if anybody. Okay, this is a question to everybody listening. Has anybody ever won the Angler of the Year and then the next year won the Bassmaster Classic? Wouldn't that be cool?
I don't know. Hey, let's do a wager right here.
What?
Well, if we're going down to the Classic, whoever.
You guys ever heard the Dickie Do rule in golf? If you don't hit past the pin, you got to pull your pants down your knees and walk to the next hole.
If you don't, you got to pull out your Dickie Do.
Yeah, Dickie, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this, South Carolina?
Yeah.
How strict are those laws? They're not like Texas laws, are they?
Where did that come from, by the way, with the Dickie Do rule? You just pulled that out.
I've never played a game of golf where that wasn't the rule.
Well, wager,
and I've never seen anybody not hit it by the pin. Okay, we're going to tell this story here. So I played golf maybe 12 times in my life, and I've never done it sober. I've never even showed up to a golf course sober. We get there. My friend Michael Jackson. Swear to God, that's his name. He's from England. White guy, about yay tall, and this
thick. Since you were kids, right?
Yeah, haha. So he's never played golf before in his life. He gets like a set of clubs at a golf course, and but he's the mini putt champion of the world. He says.
Mini putt champion.
Okay, so the first tee at Penland Golf Course, Port Hope Golf Club. Have you ever golfed there?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking of the first hole right beside the pro shop.
I don't remember that.
I think you got to hit it by the women's tees. That's the rule, right? So you're golfing from the white, and you got to this son of a bit. And he is like, he goes to the gym every day. He's just ripped. He gets up there with his driver, and we let him shoot first. And he's got a bit of he's a nervous person, right? Like nervous in crowds, and there's guys all standing around. He hits the ball, and I'm not kidding you. It hit the clubhouse right in front of him. Off the roof. I'll never forget. Tink, tink, tink. And I was like, Dickie Doo rules apply.
You just wanted to see
there he went down the fairway, and Mike's white ass and clearing in the Port Hope sun.
No, boy.
I'm not golfing with you.
Yeah.
Listen, now speaking, I'm going to, at the 17th hole, I'm Penguin, you know the one that's not on top of the hill, but on top of this hill?
No.
Anyway.
Golfed it once.
So the biggest green in the whole world. So Mike is on the rough, and he is 100 shots behind us, right? I'm not kidding you. He sunk a 60-foot putt, and it must have curved almost 90 degrees. And I'll never forget, we were golfing with our boss's son, Skinny. And this is 17th hole, so you can just imagine what Amber was like when she drove home. When we drove home. And I'll never forget, he putts it from the rough, and it goes, and then it does like the 90, and then, you know when it's going? Like, you get that feeling 20 yards away, and you're like, this is happening. You know, the pin goes in the air. There goes my putter. Buddy. And it's like, oh, my. And it was like from there on in, it was like slow motion. It does a Warner, and in the pin.
Yeah, I had that feeling last year. We every year I go away for a week to Niagara Falls, and we go on the Grand Poobah Invitational. It's there was 58 of us last year, and we're in Niagara from Monday to Friday. And we have a 3-day golf tournament, but we have 5 days of fun, right? So we were on one of these holes on one of these golf courses. It's kind of a blur, but I sunk a 60-footer for an eagle, and it was epic. It was the same kind of deal, up the bank and down, and it was,
It's a special thing. When you know, you're like, there's some second when you're like, holy shit, may happen.
Oh, yeah.
Is it me or golf stories way boringer than deer stories?
Let's move on. Okay, we're ready to move on. What topic do you want to do, Mark, since this is now a democracy?
Let's talk about the Causeway.
Let's get into it. So in Bridge North?
This is bullshit.
On Jamong Lake, they have closed down the causeway to
It's going
anglers.
to cancel. It's not closed down
as of
yet.
Practically closed.
Yes, practically closed.
Bullshit.
What's the reasons? Did you read the article?
Littering. Of course I read the article.
And defecating on the rocks.
And pooping on the rocks.
Who poops on the rocks?
Yeah. You know what? I can see
I would too.
I've peed on the rocks.
Anybody's been hunting and fishing.
I'm kind of vested on that causeway because I've had a trailer on that lake.
My family
from it for 10 years, and I grew up right beside the causeway.
My family, they're all buried in Bridge North on the Pine Concession Road. My great grandfather, almost 100 years ago, built his farm there, and we farmed in Ennismore. My grandfather used to cross the causeway. We used to take our cattle from the Pine Hill Road across the causeway to Ennismore, and my grandfather on the floating causeway.
Yeah.
And the cattle would jump off halfway, and they'd swim.
Well,
it was like a big deal.
They own that the house right beside that bait shop right at the end of the causeway.
Yep.
Yeah, they've owned that since I was a little kid, and I used to go there, and that's where we used to fish, was on the causeway.
Yeah.
You know.
So we all had childhoods on that causeway.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. So I think it's terrible. I think it's
I
think the answer to ban fishing on the causeway.
I don't think it's the answer to ban fishing everywhere. It really seems here in Ontario, anglers are being centered out right now.
Yeah.
The Port Hope trying to pass $40 municipal licenses to fish. Coburg Marina is absolutely shut down from fishing. You can't. And he hears that with anybody's who ever watched the FearFishing video. Where I go there with my boat. The same morning I filmed that video, and they told me I was trespassing and breaking the law, and what a piece of shit I was. I watched them scoop about 30 needles out of that corner where the culvert is. And I said to the guy, it's all right to do heroin down here, but God forbid somebody catches a pike.
Right.
So that whole area is, and there's parking problems now at the Coburg Creek.
But is there really parking problems?
No, the locals don't like that the anglers show up before 7 a.m. and go fishing. Sandy Ferry, she told me when I was at the International Fly Fishing Festival that they had a kids derby at High Park. I hope I'm getting this right. Don't quote me on this. It may just be total fiction, but they had some kind of like kids day at the High Park Farm, and locals came down and protested that the kids be not allowed to fish there because somebody could get a hook in the hand.
Oh wow! My God.
Well, if I'm a parent and I got my kid there to fish, FO.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what? Okay, so here's the thing about we're gonna stereotype, and this may get a little. I saw a post. The post I saw about the causeway that this was an Asian problem. Is not an Asian problem. This is a 10% of human beings are fucking idiot problem.
Yeah, it's a littering problem.
It is.
It's a littering problem.
Clean
There's
your
littering
shit up.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh, for sure there is.
You show me a parking lot or a side street that doesn't have litter on it. You show me a concession road that somebody hasn't dumped a garbage bag.
And I told this story before on my family farm. I came down the fifth line one day, and my grandfather's got his truck pulled over, and there's a bunch of garbage bags, and he's sifting through the garbage bags. And all of a sudden he says, voila, and he found a bill with the guy's address, and my grandfather took all that garbage to his house in Peterborough and just started ripping it up on his front lawn and dumping it. And the guy came out and caused a big scene, and my grandfather was, well, how do you think I feel? Mm-hmm. Like, this is not mine. I'm just spreading your garbage on your lawn. People don't pick up after themselves. And here's another thing, too. I would imagine there's all kinds of garbage on that causeway. Well, there's a lot of garbage everywhere you go on Lake Simcoe during the ice fishing season.
Sure there is.
Oh, man.
So does that mean that we're if the town of Ennisville or Virginia Beach or, Keswick takes offense at this, that they're going to shut fishing down there?
Unreal.
Harwood, yeah. And there's the other thing. They said that it was dangerous to walk on the rocks at the causeway. I don't like the fact that the government's policing us that much. Does this mean because of...
You know what the government should do? They should put a little more money into the M&R to allow them to do their job.
For sure.
For
sure.
Well, instead of putting all these refugees or whatever in hotels and stuff that's coming out of our tax
The article
dollars.
I read about that causeway said there was a $27,000 budget or something to police it. You know what? Spend that $27,000 on some garbage cans.
Or a pier.
On something. They said
it's bullshit.
I guess they're going to have an area, which I'm guessing, which is right around Rotary Park.
Yeah.
Which is, what, a foot deep?
Yep. So you're not going to catch any fish?
No.
Yeah, I don't... I hate to see anybody lose anything from fishing because when was I brought this up. When was the last time you heard about new opportunities for anglers on has anybody seen that post here in Ontario?
No.
Where we've opened something back up or given back to people that they could fish more of?
Oh, we're just fighting for stuff, man. That's all we have
for
to
sure.
do. We just gotta keep
it's a downhill.
I'm going to Florida, right?
Yep.
For Christmas. My kids, my wife, they want to go to Disney World. I don't.
I'm going.
I've been.
Go to Okeechobee.
No, listen to this.
What do you mean? No?
I looked it up. They got this Fab 5 thing. It's lakes that are public all around Orlando where you can catch up to 10-pound bass. You can shore fish. There's piers there. They put fish attractant something down there. They're marked with a yellow. Like, that is made to bring people to come fishing. We don't have that.
No, we don't.
And that's terrible.
So yeah, it is. But we are pushing kids away from fishing here. Like, God forbid you...
We aren't.
Like, no. But
they are.
God forbid.
Yeah.
Like, listen, like... I'm now concerned about pier fishing. Like, if we're worried about climbing on rocks, well, there's rocks here in Port Hope that there's kind of like this liability yourself if you want to do it.
Why are they putting skate parks out there for kids to go rock and roll on? You know,
they could get hurt. Like, man, it's bullshit. We're pushing kids away from fishing. We're not making it any easier for them to fish. And if we could get like 2 extra ones, that's awesome because that's a big percentage in
Sure it is. Yeah.
the amount of kids fishing right now. Should we jump right over?
You want a couple of questions?
Okay, go. Yeah, throw them out here, Scott.
We got Duster asking, is Ian West fishing any tournaments in 2018?
We talked about that today.
We were talking
we
about
did.
this.
Maybe.
Maybe. I
Ian
am going to join a club. I'm going to join Scott Walton's club. That's my plan anyway.
So it's going to be you and Scott Walton
me
in
and
the
Scott
club.
Walton.
Yeah.
You guys have seen how I do when I fish against them, right?
Yeah.
Last time I won by what, like 13 pounds? No.
No. Last time we did well.
Yeah, the time before that I won by 13. I'm still up for Angler of the Year. A 1 and a 2 beats a 2 and a 1.
And we got one from Scott Cheshire. What baits is everybody excited to use next year? Anything?
Frog.
Baits,
like every year.
Frog.
Flip and
new
jig.
baits.
Pretty much anything a bass will bite.
I'm thinking about picking up a flipping jig next year.
What?
On a spinning rod or on a bait caster?
On a bait caster.
Whoa.
Really?
Whoa! This is
huge, eh?
You know,
huge.
I feel like the lady at CNN just got a breaking story.
Wow.
We're gonna see what happens.
Really?
I can flip. I can do it. I choose
no,
not
you
to.
can't. No,
dude.
Go find
Go
that.
get me a
no,
rod.
go find the first time that Mark and I went
Get a
fishing
rod.
at hardwoods and swamps, and man, I wish if I got clips, I'm gonna release them now. If you going, why would you give me a busted reel? It's the wrong hand.
It's the wrong hand. It's the wrong type. It was terrible.
It was the wrong type.
And no bait.
No, don't complain about that.
Yeah.
What kind of do you have in your mind? What kind of bait casting rod and reel setup you'd like?
You know what? I've got a good buddy named Rolly that I think is gonna make me one.
No way.
Yeah. So
It's gonna make you a custom rod.
Yeah.
What kind of reel are you gonna put on that?
One of yours probably.
Oh.
I know, yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Can I borrow one for the season? Because I don't know if I really like it.
Well, you know what? I'm going down south, and what I've been looking, there's a lot of heavy tree and cover and stuff like that I'm probably gonna have to
contend with.
Yeah.
Why
Nice.
not?
We have any more questions right now, Scott?
We got no. Let's carry on for now. There's some below here somewhere.
Can you do me a huge favor and go deal with that?
Huh?
Can you hear that kid yelling?
What kid?
Mine. Either you got to go or I do. Just go start his movie.
Kids, so I don't hear kids.
Producer.
We'll take over from here. You want to talk about public landowners?
Yes. They suck.
They do. So we ran into a situation this year where Mark and I decided to hunt on public land.
Yes.
We set up our tree stands in August, started baiting. Well, our bait piles and our cameras, and we started the whole slung. Then we heard through the grapevine about a week before the gun hunt that we were not welcome to hunt that public land.
Because the guy that owns the house beside it owns
he's the public landowner.
And all the deer in it.
All the deer in it. And then
I got him on cam standing on the middle of my bait pile.
You did have another instance where he drove his tractor in.
I was hunting. You know, we had the gun hunt, so I was in bright orange. He knew where I was. He saw me.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a tractor and starts plowing bush 60 yards from me on Crown land.
Yeah, we have.
I have it on video. I have it on video. Yeah. So that was kind of bullshit.
He was plowing your bush.
Yes.
He was.
The one night
he was driving my bush.
I got dressed to. You're not allowed to drive. You're not supposed to drive your pickup trucks on the path. I was getting my camo on, and a truck pulled up with two older gentlemen in orange, with two shotguns in the front seat of their car, and they gave me the glare of death as I was putting on my camouflage. And then for 4 hours, they drove the path, cutting my deer off. And I sat in my tree stand and I listened to it for 4 hours, back and forth.
Well, they were cruising looking for Boxman. They were just,
sure they were
shooting out the window.
Yeah,
exactly.
A lot of old guys. A lot of old guys are different cats, man. Because
for sure,
hunting back in the day was totally different than the hunting we do now.
Yeah,
totally different. There's a lot of regulation now. Back in the day, different day.
When the last time we went out there, when was that?
I went out yesterday.
Not the time before that. We saw the public landowner harvesting wood with his tractor.
Yes, we did.
Firewood for the winter to hold them through off the public land.
Yeah.
And I'm almost guaranteed that unless you're like a private landowner, you can't do that.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I think it's like stealing rocks off the beach. That's kind of
you can't do it.
Yeah, it's we got up at our camp. We got the one neighbor. He's all pissed off that we shot all his deer.
Oh yeah.
Like in the way is that he's a hunter or that he's.
Oh, he's a hunter. He's like, those guys, they shoot all my deer.
Oh, was that the guy that I met?
Yeah.
So the interesting part in all this, and I watched on YouTube, and there was a pile of videos that were along the same as we had to contend with. It's quieted down now. I haven't seen them, but it's also the shotgun hunt's over. With like issues of the causeway and in this, we're not helping grow the sport by fighting between ourselves.
I think we're just seeing how much borders, maybe, or not borders, but I don't know how would you say it.
We're being attacked by like PETA and but we're fighting amongst ourselves. If you look at a lot of people's posts on Facebook, there's not always the most positive comments, right? We really seem to, if that hunter would have come to you, would have you allowed him to sit in your stand when you were not there?
Absolutely.
When I met that young man at my other stand, he explained his story about coming from Nova Scotia and moving back to Ontario, and he didn't have time to set up. And I was like, well, dude, if you throw a bag of corn on my bait pile, have the stand, I'll be back when the gun season's over. I kind of feel like that's how we should deal with it, right?
But that's unheard of.
I know, I'm a softie.
That's unheard of.
I had
a lot of guys put a lot of hard work into their spots.
Oh, and we have.
And,
we have too.
Yeah. But
and this is our first year doing it, so it's we're kind of pumped about it. Well, it's my first year, and you know what? To have people like this trying to harass you and shit, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but like last year, you need to see a deer, Mark. Come on, I'll take you to put you in my tree. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you shot
your
first buck.
Your buddy.
Like it's the way I feel it should be.
Yeah, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's something I will never ever forget. Ever.
Me neither.
It's really.
I know. I ate some of them tonight too. Joe made a chili. It was delicious.
I think there were
tender.
To grow as a community of anglers and hunters, we need to band together a little better for that. This kind of stuff doesn't happen.
No, we do have a voice in OFAH.
Yes, we do.
I'm guessing that they're
involved
in this whole
I'm talking
thing.
about like the Facebook crowd. Do you know when do you ever read posts where like some guy does something and then they just shit on this guy?
Stringer full of bass.
Do you know what I mean? Like.
What are you doing keeping that fish? Well, you're all within your legal rights.
As long as you're within your, like, what are you going to do? Like, you should be like great fish.
Yeah. It's not something I would do, but hey, good for you.
For sure. Just because
you're doing it within the laws, and I don't see a problem with it.
And I think you should
even filling a white bucket with panfish. You know
what
if
I
you're
mean?
in your laws,
it's kind of like the whole shooting a little deer. I see a lot of comments where people shoot smaller bucks, and that person.
Don't forget this.
He's a little nervous to post.
Hunting came about because people have to eat.
Totally, absolutely.
The trophy thing came later.
Absolutely, and that's where I'm getting at,
later.
Right? James Rob's always really good about making posts about don't downsize
true to your roots.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. Like I totally get if you have 3 days to hunt during the gun hunt.
Hey. If it's brown, knock it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like that's not something I would do personally. That's not my decision. But I have no right to shit on somebody for that,
no
right?
Way.
No. Great buck, good work.
Absolutely.
If that's a trophy in your eyes, it's. Do you know what I mean?
Or if you're out there filling your freezer or someone else's freezer, good on you.
You shouldn't give anybody a hard time as long as they gave. They were within the law-abiding rights too.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm. Now, straight up, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a big meat hunter.
No.
Right? I'd rather go out and seek a nice mature whitetail, or I wouldn't say every time I shoot a mature whitetail. I'm anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 and up. I'm not a huge meat eater. A lot of the meat that I harvest, I give to people that didn't get deer that year. People that love the venison, like Roger.
Yeah.
He's like, man, boy, I wish I had a deer in the freezer this year. Don't worry, Roger, I'll fill your tag. Guess whose tag's on my deer?
Yeah.
He's at the camp. He's like, boom.
I think that for me personally, I really like the chess game. I have I have this something inside me. I had lots of chances at smaller bucks last year, and when it came time to pull, I was like, you know what? I don't want to kill that 1.5-year-old deer because next year he'll be a little bigger, and I'm not so hard up that this has to happen for me.
There you go.
I don't have this urge to kill just to say I killed. I don't have that maybe ego to say I'm totally fine with eating roast beef. I think that I kind of wish, and this is how I'm going to explain it to people. I wish I never caught a little bass. Do you imagine if all I caught was bass over 4 pounds because some magically way I'd
have to call you a Johnson brother.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I want to shoot at least a 3.5-year-old 8-pointer is like my bare minimum. And if I see that deer, it won't be any more than that's the one. and then we're going to get this done. And then I'm going to put it on my wall, but I want a story for each of them.
Absolutely.
And that's the part that really gets me into hunting, and the ups and downs and the emotional twists. If I don't shoot one, that's okay. And if I shoot one, that's okay too. But I really like when like last year I had 3 shots at 15 yards of like yearling, spike box, like little tiny 6-pointer. And I was like, you know what? I just don't think that's the deer for me. I think I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to keep going. So, but I would never, to somebody who went out and shot that buck, I would never be like, that's not a great deer. That is a great deer.
Oh,
and
no,
that's
good for you for being successful at your hunt.
That's right.
Good for you.
Because even although I say I saw 3 within like close, it doesn't mean I would have hit them. My track record,
I pretty well guarantee you're not gonna.
Do you know what? So when I get my buck, the most important of it all is the story of the struggle between me and this buck, and I kind of feel like in order for me to win, sometimes they have to win.
It's not the destination; it's the journey, buddy.
Do you know what I mean? You got to eat tag soup and be like, well, he's smarter than me this year, but next year I'm back at it.
Oh, I've eaten tag soup a few times, man.
When I'm driving to the stand and I know I'm getting so excited to look at that cam. That excitement of looking what's on there and stuff, I just love it,
I think that's the experience.
I love it.
Yeah.
I got a reader, so I pop the card out of my camera, I jump up on the stand, and then I try to look at the pictures as Ian's going, anything? Got anything? Anything?
You know how still you have to be if you guys are low.
Yeah.
You know how still you have to be if you're low. You gotta, and you don't have a good backdrop. See,
I don't have a great backdrop.
You gotta. Those deer cannot silhouette you. Like you gotta be covered. You gotta have a backdrop in behind you so those deer can't look up and say, "What is that?" Like me, I've got trees at my stand.
I know you do. Yeah,
I've got trees ratchet strapped into the back of me. Like they were away, and I was like, I need a little more cover. Bring them right in. I see deer every time I'm in my stand.
Yep.
And they never, ever know I'm there.
We haven't baited our piles very long, so I feel like that's part of the reason we don't see them consistently.
I've been established
at
this one spot.
For a long time, right?
Yeah. I keep this one spot. It's a key spot.
We're kind of like fly-by-night hunters.
We're not fly-by-night. We're learning.
We're learning.
We're new.
It's exciting. Like, I blew a good one this year. And I will tell the story that I was in my stand.
Just like college.
I did blow college.
That off your chin.
I blew a few ones.
I heard the grunt. So the first thing I do is I grab my grunt call. I'm on a hill. My tree stand is on top of a hill, so right in front of me there's like a hill.
Wow.
But that early in the year there was the leaves still up. So when I hit my grunt call, I spooked the doe that was 10 feet under, like at the end of my stand. She gives me the way. I didn't see her on the way up, but when she ran, I saw her.
Yeah.
So as soon as she ran, I heard to my right. In that peripheral vision, you catch one. I seen the doe move, and then 2 seconds later, I see fucking Papa, and I was like, I was sick to my stomach, and I was like, if I just wouldn't have hit that grunt call, the does would have hit the bait pile, and I'd have got a shot at them.
Well, bucks, it's amazing on how long a buck will stand there and not move.
Weird, eh?
Like he'll stand there forever, like 20 minutes. He'll just stand there and not move and just case the area. They're pretty sketched out.
It's amazing how smart they are compared to a doe. Like a doe is so much willing to take a risk.
They're way smarter than I am.
Those bucks, even when you sometimes you hear them, and they're there.
I think that does know.
They're cool.
There's only so many doe tags out there this year.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well,
our chances are pretty good.
Well, here's the thing too.
Bucks are like, fuck, everyone gets one of these. Right?
Maybe the does show up first. They're the first to encounter you. If you're up in the tree and they eat, they're like, well, maybe it's not that dangerous here. And then they come back the next day, and then we get used to it, right?
A lot of the times, the bigger bucks will be going around with the smaller buck, and the smaller buck will always come in first.
Gotcha.
right? And then the big bucks will come in and push him off.
When the little buck's in there, he's ultra sketched out because he maybe. That's the thing about us too. Like when our bucks come in during the day, this may be the first time he's ever been in here and saw your tree stand, or they gotta be. So they're like sketchy as fuck, right?
Well, we got them on cam, but there's never ever been anybody in that stand when they're there.
No,
and it's never been during the day. So I don't know how good their vision is at night and stuff. Or do they know that's an empty stand?
Well, I'll tell you right now, those things can see 20/20 at night.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you why. My brother shot a deer. And he's called me up, and it was wintertime, fresh snow. He's like, I put a bad shot on this deer. He's like, we got some tracking to do. No problem. So we track this deer. We go back into the bush. And we go for, maybe an hour tracking sketchy blood. And then all of a sudden you see a set of dog prints, another set of dog prints. 2 coyotes start chasing this deer. And I'm telling you, it's blacker than black outside. There's no moon. It's overcast. It's dark. Like you can't see. Everybody turned off their lights. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
And this deer was doing 15-foot bounds in between trees.
No way.
Like they can see like it's daylight.
That bear that you shot in the deck, he didn't have a problem walking at night either. Like if you think about how far you and Mike trailed him,
I think we went in too soon.
Do you think that bear do you think he could see would you follow?
Oh, definitely.
You think he could see no problem?
Oh, absolutely.
Way better than you and Mike.
You went in too soon?
I think so. Do you think we did?
Yeah, well, if you shot him in the dick, you probably should have gave him a few days to die, right? At least
we came to spots where there was pools of blood, so we obviously laid down.
Checkmate,
right?
Straight up.
Were we pushing him when we were trying to look for him?
Did you find one of his balls at the bait pile?
No. You were pushing. You must have been pushing him because you said there was big. There was big puddles.
There was several.
So he'd laid down and got up.
Laid down and got up and laid down and got up. So I think we were pushing him. Personally.
What would you?
Sure, you were pushing him.
What would have you done differently?
I would have aimed a little to the left.
A lot of it to the left.
A lot of it to the left.
What's wrong with the middle of a middle, man? I tell you, with the bear, the middle of the middle. You shoot the middle of the middle, he's dead.
He moved.
He's dead. Don't shoot him in the dick in the middle of the middle.
Oh,
that was a middle. If he's standing up,
middle of the body.
If he was standing up,
not the middle of the dick.
Well, you'll never live that down. I'm so glad I didn't shoot mine in the dick.
I know. You're all right.
That's okay. That's okay. Learning experience.
What topic were we on there?
We were on
dick shooting.
Yeah.
Deer seeing at night.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so this is the real reason why we haven't been doing webcasts is because I can't remember anything. Man, this is tough. Like how many times did I?
And it's hunting season too. Like
yeah, he gets busy.
Did we talk about Sean's buck yet?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Who's got the memory problem?
Where you been? Where are we up here?
We're at how about Mr. Bitcoins?
Let's do this. This is kind of an interesting topic that the three of us know nothing about.
Very nothing.
I don't know a lot about it either.
You
got enough to vest in
we
it.
seen you pro-staffing Bitcom on Facebook.
Yeah.
You own Bitcoins, don't you?
Cage Scott.
I really don't.
Yes or no?
I don't own any right now. I got.
Well, you just reinvested your Bitcoin.
He's like Howard Hughes, eh?
Yeah.
He's made $1 billion and now he's going to hang out in the theater.
But he won't tell anybody how.
So what is a Bitcoin, Scott?
It's a cryptocurrency.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it.
I've never even heard of cryptocurrency.
So you can invest in it. How much is one Bitcoin?
Today, the last day, it was around 15,000 US for one Bitcoin. Two months ago when I started, it was like at 6,500.
And
like, do they have terms for like smaller Bitcoins, like 100?
It's called a Satoshi.
An itty bitty coin.
A Satoshi.
An itty bitty coin.
I just about spit tea.
We got
everywhere.
Some itsy Bitcoin.
That was good. All right, you should probably buy that domain name.
Really,
itsy bitsy coin.
It'll be worth 10 cents today and 100,000 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So people are trading this online.
We've seen lots of it online.
Like I've seen lots of fishing guys in on the Bitcoin game.
And it fluctuates so much that when it goes down, people buy. When it goes up, they sell. So
now they have a competitor.
Tons.
They do.
There's a bunch of different coins that are out.
Yep.
but this is pretty much the main.
Isn't there like
there's different cryptocurrency?
There's Litecoins.
Just sounds cool.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
So can we buy fishing gear? Does the Bass Pro Shops take Bitcoin?
I don't think they take Bitcoin. No.
Who does?
But you can do a Visa. I don't know anybody here.
So what do you have to go? So how do you get cash on your Bitcoin Visa?
You can put them on a Visa. You can transfer them through your Bitcoin wallet.
Whoa. You have an online wallet? Do you have pictures of your wife and kids on your online wallet?
No, just the one it came with.
So yeah, it's quite interesting.
So are you having a good time with it? I see lots of fishing guys. I see lots of guys in the American boat deal. Those are usually, like the never ending plan where you get like the demo after demo after demo after. I see lots of those guys Bitcoining.
Well, that was
you get quite a bit of like convo on your post about it when you're trying to recruit pro staffers.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's tough. If people they can invest as little as $25.
Is it a lot of work?
No, it's not.
No.
I'm in a program right now. You invest $25 and
but is it like
30 days or less? You get
Bitcoin club.
You get 4 times your money.
Okay, so if I give you some money,
I'll
let you invest it.
We're gonna do this,
and you get 50% of the return.
Yeah.
Are you down?
Sure.
Done. Gonna own me some bitty coins.
You didn't ask for your 5%, Scott.
After this conversation,
what if we lose,
I still don't have a fucking clue.
What if you lose it all?
That's my risk.
That's the stock market, buddy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it to you if I ain't willing to say goodbye to it.
That's a win-win.
This is good, Scott. So you got 5%? Is that going to be your cut?
No,
50%.
50%.
A profit?
Yeah, 50. I give him 50%.
Holy shit! And he bought all those tickets.
He's doing the work.
I know.
He's like our
got
whore,
way
right?
too much
Want to
of
buy
that,
some fishing shirts?
Yeah. Man.
So you guys are going to do it?
Hey, I'm game.
Got to get me a Bitcoin. I want to hang it off my
So,
necklace.
yeah. So if you actually
Shoulder
get,
mount me a Bitcoin.
let's say we split, and because things are hot and heavy here on the advertising on the screen there. What if we actually got the 15 Gs and we got ourselves a Bitcoin? Would they send us like an actual plate chip?
How big is this?
You know what? I don't even know where they get them.
Yeah, how big is a $15,000 coin?
Yes.
Am I going to need suspenders and a belt?
What do you mean they're not a coin? You can't take them home?
Imagine pulling it out of your pocket and actually putting it in for the car wash or something.
I'm going to probably really sound wrong, and our American viewers are going to like this up, but the U.S. dollar is based on the amount of gold the United States hold, right?
Yeah, apparently.
So how much gold does the Bitcoin people have?
You're way.
So do you know what we're valuing a Bitcoin in? Okay, so can we just start like a FearFish coin, and then I start 4 of them, right? And they're each worth $1,000, and then we can split them up a million times.
Why not?
Is that what went on?
People want to. It must be. People want to buy them.
What if everybody that has a Bitcoin wants to cash in? Where is that money?
That's a bad deal.
It's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal.
Yeah.
That will be the lost part that you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You
better be the first guy to sell yours.
That's right.
Well, there's people that sold them at $200.
Wow.
No way.
Or whatever it was. Yeah, they had them and sold them at $200.
Is there like a Bill Gates of the Bitcoin?
I think Bill Gates is into Bitcoin.
Do you is there somebody who owns how many Bitcoins are there, Scott?
There is, Frank. I think it's like 17 billion, or it's a big number. I don't know.
There's a lot of money in this Bitcoin business.
And you know what? Bill Gates probably owns 99% of them. It's probably Bill Gates is
it's probably his own currency.
Yeah. And then they've split it up.
Be.
And you know what they're making? They're making meat in laboratories. It isn't really meat, but it looks like meat. And they're printing it on a 3D printer. I'm telling you, that shit is real.
Does it taste real though?
I don't know.
That's why we hunt.
A steak is like $20,000 though.
What?
I'm not kidding you. That's what it costs to make one of these hydroponics.
A 3D printed steak?
Yeah, that tastes like steak.
Gs?
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't remember. I wish I knew the name of the documentary.
Good protein there?
I can hardly remember Scott's name. We have anything on the IM board?
No, the computer quit.
Oh wow.
You know the password?
The mouse died and all kinds of fun stuff.
Hey,
Really?
we'll keep your eye.
We won't be answering any
Sean,
questions
yeah.
tonight.
No, anyway.
How about what are
See
we
if you
talking
can
about
find
now?
any questions there, Sean. What do you want to go to?
Let's see what we can
We've been on a big sushi kick here at Fear Fishing.
We love it, eh?
The
we do.
wildfires. Wow.
What is up?
Just watching live
Talk
videos
about
of the
sushi for a minute.
wildfires.
Can you
Talk
do that?
about sushi? I love it. And you know what? I'm not afraid to try it. I know a lot of people that are afraid to try it.
No,
And we just get together and we
We
kill it. We
demolish it.
kill it. We kill it.
I think
They're glad to see us go out the door.
when it comes to all-you-can-eat sushi, Sean McCall's our captain. We let him order the first round. He usually orders about 90 things.
That's because his thumb. Have you seen his thumb? It's on an iPad, right? So he has no. He just touches it and everything lights up.
Who wants to tell the Andy story?
The Andy story.
man.
Which one?
Well, when we did the show,
When we
in,
did the show
we
in
went with
Lindsay
the crew and
Lindsay.
Big Jim.
yeah, there had to be almost 20 of us. There
Oh
for
yeah, there's
sushi.
quite a few of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the old style ordering where you get the paper and the pencil.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Andy wanted to order it for everybody, so he started at, and there was like 120 items.
Yeah, it was
Sunny.
crazy.
And so he started at number 1. He's like, all right, who wants miso soup? And it was at that moment everybody just kind of reached
Like,
out, grabbed the thing, and just started striking it up.
And then
But
Sean looks at him.
and Sean yells out,
I want a hot and sour.
I want to.
and Andy says, "No,
No,
we're
no,
not
no.
there yet."
We're
We're
not
not
there
there yet.
Now the so it was like us older crowd here.
Yeah.
The young people who work for the spring fishing and boat shows,
Yeah.
they had already obviously played this game and
Yeah.
had food at the table before Andy got to
Yeah.
the number 3.
Oh yeah.
But it was a good time.
Yeah,
Sushi's delicious.
I ticked off. What
What's
I
your
wanted
favorite
to-
sushi? It's butterfish, isn't it?
Hashtag send it.
Probably just a straight up slice of raw butterfish.
Yeah.
You gotta really like I think the biggest part for me for sushi is the wasabi, and if it's like a really hot good one,
Yeah.
or if it's like some of them you feel like you could just keep putting it in there, it just doesn't get
Oh,
hot.
I love the wasabi.
Yeah, you gotta
me
have
too.
just like that
Mix
end.
it up in your soy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Before it even gets there.
I don't even like. I would, honest to God, out of every meat you could possibly eat, like a deep fried perch would be like the last one. But like maybe number 1 or 2 would be like just a raw piece of salmon, tuna, whatever. I'll eat it all.
You know what? I like those.
Isn't that
gnocchis.
weird?
I'm down with
Gnocchis.
I would never like. I would like. Once a year I'll have a fish fry. I've been to sushi twice this week.
Right.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
well, so when we go to the All to Eat one, I get like everything. But when we go to Coburg, you got to order something, and I just order all raw fish, half sashimi, half real sushi, and demolish it.
No,
Yeah,
man.
you don't get rolls.
No,
You did
I
it
love
straight
it.
up
right?
sashimi and sushi.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love the
Alright.
hand rolls, man. Those things are good.
I
Some of
can't
that
do the hand rolls.
Dude,
I don't like those.
About that
Why don't you
crunchy-
just wrap up
The
shit
ice
in
cream
a paper
cone?
towel and bite
It's
it?
the same shit. It's in
Yeah,
a,
it's like
it's
grease it in
kind of
a towel.
like
It's the
if the
same
Dairy
stuff.
Queen made sushi.
Yeah, but
and-
there's so much of it though.
It's
'Cause
just
when
like-
you bite into
yeah.
it, it gets on the back of your teeth. It's like, here, bite a paper towel. Get a paper towel. And bite into this. It tell you, it's just like your. fucking
It's
hand roll.
gross.
I love it, and I love the anakis.
When it comes to if
the
you guys
unagi.
were throwing down a roll right now, which one would you pick?
Spicy crab.
I would go for a Philadelphia roll.
Salmon
Yeah.
and cream cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That mango one was pretty cool too.
No,
I like
I'm
the
not big.
spider
I'm
mango
not a
one.
big
The
mango
mango
guy.
was good. I love mango.
Okay, so we have a very we have a sushi joint that we all go to.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Anaki.
Yeah, the
Oh man.
The
that
mushrooms and beef?
with the little mushrooms.
what's what's the raw beef dish that you always get us?
Well, the beef sashimi.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is really good too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's amazing. It makes me want to nuke a cow.
If somebody brought me a
And then
steak
just,
and put
like,
it on my
start
plate
doing
like
it.
that, I would say, "Ooh, take that back. That's not cooked
It's
enough."
the
But the
vinegar.
way they slice it and
Oh,
they
yeah, it's really
present
thin
it, it's,
sliced,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
So,
god, it's delicious.
do you like your sushi really cold, or do you like it kind of roomish temperature?
I like mine cold. I like if it's got cream cheese or vegetables in
Yeah.
it. I like that cold. But
I like it the way they bring it.
Yeah.
It comes out pretty.
I don't like it too cold, and because I feel the raw fish goes a little tough. It's got to be just like if there was like this was room temperature, it's got to be like here, just like that little ice.
It's got to be right.
Just,
and that was a connoisseur, eh?
just right.
I love it. I would like to go to, as much as I'd like to go to the Bassmaster Classic, I'd like to go to like the Wasabi Championships.
Jeez.
Can you imagine?
Do you remember the first time you ever had sushi?
I do.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so here I had it maybe once. Okay, so I went with my friend Neil Klusterhoff. So I've been friends with little kids. Went to the Blue Jay game. I'm not a big baseball fan, but Barry Bonds was in town because of the interleague play. And my buddy Neil is the biggest Barry Bonds fan in the whole world. He's got a big thing for Barry Bonds, and he's got a big thing for Mario Lemieux. Like special relationship. So we're in the fucking we get like scalper tickets in the home run right to the left of the Jumbotron, right? And we're there to get a ball. Like that's the goal. So this son of a bitch, and you know how far you go to the games, you know how far away that is. Yeah. He comes out of the dugout and he is as wide as a tank, like a Sherman tank.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's huge. And this is right when he's like crushing, when he's probably the season before he breaks the home run record and then takes it to the moon. So he gets out there. I swear to God, this is one of those moments that you cannot forget from your life. It is like impregnated in my brain. Batting practice comes up.
Excuse me.
Barry steps to the plate. Pitch 1, a ground ball to first. Pitch 2, a ground ball to third. Right? Pitch 3 is like the perfect line drive into center field, like in the guy's glove. Right? And you could hear, we're here and it's here, and you can hear that snap. You know that sound?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're at the park. The son of a bitch hit 14 home runs in a row after that. And I'm talking like off the Jumbotron, and you could see him trying to beat that Jose Canseco upper decker, right? He's stretching them like and I've never, like, you hear batting practice, and then there was like Barry Bonds hitting balls. Like there was just so much more on them. And he's like, the first 4 or 5, they were like into the warm-up pens.
Yep.
And they were like bunts. Do you know that feeling? Like, all right, I touched that one.
Yeah.
And then he started like the leg lift and trying to crank it into that Jose Canseco zone. The guy sits in the dugout, right? You can see him. Like, he's obviously a whole lot bigger than the rest of the world. He's not even on the same, like, he's not even the same beast we are. Like, there's humans, and then there's like superhumans.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what
You've
I mean?
Been watching Punisher.
Like Shaquille
He
O'Neal.
watches the ball all the way to the
fact
bat, man.
that Kevin Hart is Shaquille O'Neal's penis, like, they're not the same breed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He sits down. Everybody else kind of goes through batting practice, some home runs, a couple nice catches in the outfield. He gets back up. He walks them out. I'll never forget. He does like the whole reach around stretch thing. He hits 21 home runs in a row. I'm not like nothing. Like nothing. I had one. The ball's coming towards us. I reach my glove up, right? A guy put a fishing net in front of me and got the ball.
How ironic is that?
Son of a bitch, eh?
Yeah.
So going on, Bonds hits 2 home runs.
How the hell did he get in there with a fishing net?
It was like a butterfly net on an extender. He got it. He was 20 feet away from me, and just like a professional. Gotta get the ball grabber, motherfucker, right?
And that was the first time you ever had sushi.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with picking sushi.
Well, that's where we were headed with this. So,
what, the story's longer?
Just before we get to the game, right?
Over here.
Just before the game starts, we go to one of the sushi places.
It's a pre-story story
in the Skydome. Well, I had to work us up into this, right? So I was like, I never had sushi in my whole life. I was like, I really need to try this for the experience. So I get the sushi. Neil is like totally against this from the start. He's like, this is the worst idea ever. You're so stupid. He's like, and he wouldn't try it with me. We get to the seats, right? And I get the big piece of salmon on the rice. Mm-hmm. No wasabi. We don't even know about soy sauce, man. I throw this thing in my mouth, and it was too warm. Like warm, sunny day, baseball park sushi, and I bit into it. And I don't even know
you
how
got the sushi from the ballpark?
Yeah, dude, inside the Skydome. And you know when you bite into something, and as soon as it hits your teeth, you're like, this is wrong, right? The smell of this salmon cooking in the Skydome air comes through my nose, and I start gagging. like in the Skydome. And I spit it out, and until between 18, 32, I never touched the stuff.
You really, eh?
Yeah, and I never again had the raw fish until the night we were with Andy.
Really?
And then ever since then, I've been hooked on it. Before that, I was like, Amber got me into like a Boston roll or a California roll. Right, that's kind of sushi, but it's not all the way in.
Wow, first time I ever had it, I was with my buddy Brian. We just went and got spray tans.
Big Gay Brian? You were with Big Gay Brian?
Big Gay Brian.
All right.
My best friend, Big Gay Brian.
You got us sprayed.
Yeah, we got sprayed.
Tell me that story.
This
Screw the
is
sushi.
back around 2000, right?
Here's the warm-up.
So we're sitting there, and we're sitting in this sushi place. It was in Whippy, North Whippy. And we're sitting there, and I'm looking at him, and he keeps getting orange, more orange, and orange, and orange. We just got these spray tans, right? And by the end of it, and you can see people looking at us, right? And by the end of it, we look like two fucking pumpkins sitting at this table, right? And we're laughing. I'm like, you look like shit. He's like, you look like shit. So I'm like, hey, try the wasabi. I'm like, you got to load that stuff on. I knew about wasabi. I knew it was hot as shit, right? I'm like, and he loads it right on. I'm like, yeah. And then put a piece of ginger over top of it. Yeah. And then put it all in your mouth at one shot. And I'm like, and he hammers this thing back, man. And people around me are hearing me tell him this, right? And they're waiting for it. So they all watch him put this thing in his mouth, and his eyes pop out of his head, and it was crazy wasabi too. Like we're at like one of those authentic places, right? He was just like, he set her down. You see his eyes water, right? He grabs his napkin, he spits it out, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
No way.
Oh yeah, I got him with the
Tell
wasabi.
us about the spray tans.
that was the last time we went for a
So
spray tan.
Does that?
Oh yeah.
The wasabi, like, that's a mean trick, but the wasabi's got to be. I've been to 2 restaurants.
Oh, I'm hooked on it.
But the wasabi wasn't hot enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta get that nasally burn.
Yeah, like it's got to be there.
It's like the keg horseradish.
Yeah. But it's like
level.
you taste. You got to be like you bite in, you taste the sushi, you enjoy the sushi, and then all of a sudden, it becomes like wasabi. Are they all home? Yeah. So you like that's the interesting part, right? Like it's got to have that wasabi kick. I've been to places where the wasabi wasn't up to par.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same.
It's
not. Yeah, it's not the same. It's got to have some like fire to it.
Yeah.
They should have different grades.
Now maybe they
You know
do.
what I mean?
Maybe we just don't. We're not that far in.
I'm a big fan of the low sodium soy sauce too. I'll tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the other stuff's too
salty.
Yeah, way too salty.
What are you a sushi guy, Scott?
No, never ate sushi.
Anybody listening to the audio copy of this and hearing my kid freak out? Amber just got home.
Yeah.
Sounds like she warmed things up upstairs.
Where's Daddy?
Yeah, exactly. Webcasting.
Well, he was in a cage. I put him in the dog's cage.
So yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
He wants out.
What's your first sushi experience?
Is probably like grocery store stuff.
Really?
Like just the rolls, the California rolls and shit like that. And I probably Bowmanville was the first one I went to that I actually like went to an all-you-can-eat thing, and I just loved it.
That was like this year.
No, that was like last year. Last year.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love it.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went to a place in London. I think it was London or Orangeville. I don't know. We went on for business, and me and my buddy went in there. You never know if you're getting 1 or if you're getting 8. You know what I mean? Some of those places, like, are they going to bring me 1 piece of it, or is it going to be like 8? So we just started ordering stuff. There was so much food. I couldn't eat sushi for like 3 months. We were just ate too much. You know what I mean? But then now I'm back on. You can. Oh, dude,
I don't think you can either.
It's either that or they charge you for it, so you eat it.
I think as soon as you're on the sushi, it's one of those like you're on the sushi.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like a whole new experience in your life. Like, it just opens the floodgates.
Oh yeah, if you haven't tried it, you gotta try it.
You got.
Oh yeah, and there's so much variety too.
Horniak came and he'd never had it before, and by the time we left, he was.
Oh,
eating,
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he
man.
was
He was
eating
down.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
No
down.
cares,
Yeah.
and he's not a big. I wasn't sure if he'd do it, but when he got started, he was like,
delicious.
right. You got to just throw it in there. It looks gross, but I'm telling you, just a big hot, like a big jab of
And
salmon.
so much different flavors at one sitting too, you know, and so many different things. It's incredible.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are we going from here?
Let's go to sushi. What?
That's not a bad idea. Let's go to let's talk about our good friends of the show, Danny and Coop at the Costa series.
Sure.
Super cool that they made it.
Yeah.
Great kids.
And they pre-fished hard. These guys went at it.
Oh
you
man,
know?
Cooper was down there for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Easily
a beauty.
3 weeks.
Danny was down there for I think 2.
Yep.
Under
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And they went last year with you.
Yeah, well, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were down there. We went down there. What, January 1st? I think we left.
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, went down there and we pre-fished the lake a little bit just to get to know the water, right? You know what I mean? Just to.
We
comfortable with
just backtracking a bit. Danny and Coop have been to sushi.
They have.
A
They
date
were at our
night?
last
Yeah,
Yeah.
we took them our last thing there. Yeah,
we
yeah.
want.
I don't think did Coop eat anything?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys not remember Coop's shirt?
His shirt?
Do you
Yeah.
remember?
You don't remember his shirt? He had
With
the
the
wolf.
wolves.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He loved that shirt too. He's like $4 at Walmart. I was like, Cooper, that's dynamite. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
had one like that at the qualifier. He bought it at the Value Village.
Oh yeah.
No
There's
way.
some sweater, yeah, hoodie.
I tell you, that's going to be coming in, man. The ugly T-shirts.
Yeah,
It's coming.
there. It's. I think. Yeah, Coop. I was pretty. When I saw him, I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Like, and I was even like, "I got some T-shirts at home. You need
Are you
some
homeless?
shirts. Like, I can get you a shirt."
No, man. $4
Oh,
at
come on,
Walmart.
it's awesome.
I love
Now,
this shirt.
Coop, you told me tonight. Coop finished second in the international.
In the international, so only the first angler goes to the Forest Wood Cup. So he was close, but he wasn't close. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
There was a
they did a
huge
great
weight
job.
difference.
They all did a great
I
job.
think it was a South African guy. I think that won it, and he just killed it.
Ninth place,
He
I think.
killed it. Yeah, overall.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah. So
Proud of the boys. They did well.
yes,
Cooper
well
was
done,
the.
boys.
I think he was the best Canadian in the bunch.
He was. Yeah.
He even surpassed Corey and Chris.
You see that rink Danny's building
Oh,
right
I
now?
saw the rink.
You like that shit?
It's
Yeah,
big,
man,
eh?
we gotta go. I can't skate, but we gotta go.
You can't skate?
No,
No?
I'm the only Canadian that can't
Listen,
skate.
we'll cash in some of those Bitcoins. We'll get you some skates.
All right.
Let's do it. Yeah, I did
Can
see
I get
the rink.
white
It's
ones with
coming
the toe
along.
things?
Yeah.
Danny-
Those are the ones we're going to get you for sure.
Danny
Out of
really
that
went
side.
all the way on that rink.
He did.
I
and he's
saw a
got
picture the other
boards
day, and they were putting boards on the
Yeah,
backstops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
good
yeah.
on him.
I hope it snows and hope it gets cold for him.
Yeah, then I was talking to him last night, and he's like, man, I don't know how many water trucks I'm going to need, but it's going to cost a couple of bucks, I bet.
Where
Just
are we
pump
at
it out of
there?
the creek.
Did we get it all? Punisher. I've been watching Punisher on Netflix. I'm going to tell everybody out there in Facebook land, iTunes land, and SoundCloud land. Gotta watch Punisher on Netflix, guys. It's amazing.
It's that good, eh?
It's really, really, really good. The guy who plays the character. Do you know his name, Scott?
Not a clue.
Who plays the Punisher? He's
No.
so good for the role. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm telling you.
I'll take your word for
He
it.
was on The Walking Dead.
He was
couple
like-
Oh, was it?
seasons.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's buddy
He's-
from it was Shane, wasn't it? From
Yes.
Walking Dead,
Yep.
Daryl's brother.
I don't know. I don't watch
No.
that stuff.
Yeah,
I
well, you're
don't
missing
know.
out.
Oh,
I
it's
hunt, I
good.
fish, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so do I.
You know what I did last night?
Walked in the dog
I
park.
watched you.
I skinned a deer
I walked in the dog park.
What night was that picture from?
last night.
Yeah, see?
That
No.
deer's already butchered.
No.
bud.
No, the
The
dog,
walk in the dog
you
park.
And, you and my favorite thing to do.
Oh, that
walking in
was
the
that
woods.
was probably
Monday.
no, that was
Tuesday?
Tuesday
Sunday?
before I went hunting. I had to take
Gotcha.
the dog for a walk.
I was
Nice.
at the dog park
Right?
Yeah.
twice on Sunday.
Down in Bayside?
Oh man, I got this
In
dog.
Belleville.
See, why would we ban anyone from fishing anywhere if they'll still let Scott Walton go to the dog park?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
All good, man.
You know, we got this beagle puppy, and I've never
Smitten?
been. Yeah,
Smitten?
yeah,
That's a good word, eh?
Yes,
Smitten?
In the last little while, I really fallen in love with this dog. I really enjoy doing stuff with this dog. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be a hunting dog.
good.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So after I shoot this deer, my girlfriend says to me, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're going to be around all weekend next weekend." She's like, "You shot a deer." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, you shot a deer." Yeah, but
one.
I'm just getting warmed up, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, she thought it was one and done.
Yeah. No.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, no. She is cute.
That rumor went around, eh?
Yeah.
Somebody at work's husband probably shot one year, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry. They shoot one, they get drunk for a couple days, and they'll be home."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No.
No. There's always if there's a will, there's a way. You meet new friends with tags.
Oh, buddy. My cousin Scott, he lit it up this year. I think they shot 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. He filled the whole back of the truck with beautiful bucks, man.
No way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, during the gun hunt, they had a great spot.
That's awesome.
Sounds like it.
Have you been checking the IM board at all?
Yeah, nobody's talking.
Nobody.
No, that they've just quit on us.
Anybody watching?
Yeah,
It's because we went over
mine's
an
all
hour.
freezing.
Well, that's because we went over an hour. Nobody listens to us after an hour.
Yeah.
Final words?
We're at 6. We were like in 30 some odd. Now we're at 6.
Well, at least somebody's listening. Final words.
Final word.
5. They're leaving.
Stay tuned because I'm going to be getting a buck this weekend.
Yeah.
Right in the balls.
If we don't
Right
have
in the
another show
balls.
before Christmas, happy holidays.
Well,
Merry
I think
Christmas.
can we make a commitment to get one done before you go to Florida?
We might be able to.
We'll
Yeah?
try to get
What?
one done over the next 2 weeks.
What?
Another one of these?
Another one of what are these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
we could
Mark
try.
goes to Florida, we'll try to get one in.
I'm going
When are
to
you going to Florida?
I'm going to
21st.
Florida
21st.
in April.
Today's
On
like the
21st?
7th. Yeah.
And when are you coming back?
It's 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 4th.
So who's going to sit in your sand from the 21st till the 31st?
It's already going to be
I'm
done.
going to have 4.
Already going to be done.
What do you mean it's going to be done?
You can sit in there, or you can sit in there.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
wanna
care.
come?
Somebody can sit in there.
Well, who's going to hunt with them?
Scott, you want to come hunting?
You.
I'll just call you and just come gut it for me. What? You want
Just come gut it for me. I don't want to get my hands dirty. I'm not made for this.
Here, I'll leave you those.
Why? He's got those in his pocket.
Don't make me end this democracy.
Wow.
Anyways, guys, Sean, final words.
Always have a pair of these in your hunting bag.
Amen. You don't know when you might need them for what. Scott, you got final words?
Not much from here.
Come on.
Shit, I
Buy
spend
Bitcoin?
most of the time upstairs.
If people are interested in talking to you about Bitcoin, how do they get a hold of you?
Call my wife. Facebook, I guess. Facebook.
My final words for the night, I'm going to tell everybody out there, if you're a hunter and angler,
Hurry up, I gotta pee.
let's try to work together. Let's try to build the sport together. Stop shitting on each other for stuff that isn't against the law. And let's worry
Cleveland
about
steamers, boys.
let's worry about climbing
No
the
more
chain
Cleveland
and
No
you know,
Cleveland steamers on the causeway, please.
protecting our heritage. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're watching this on Facebook or any of the other ones, it's on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Catch you soon. We'll try to fit one of these in before
One
Christmas.
last thing, actually. I got
Whoa.
one last thing.
Whoa.
I just,
Breaking news.
no. Wayne Morse lost his nanny
Yes.
yesterday. I just want to
92 or something like
93, I believe.
93?
That's horrible.
Shut
All
up.
right, sorry
Wayne
to hear,
Morris.
Wayne.
Wayne Morris, big fan of the show.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
Oh,
He
we're
is
a
a
fan
dude.
of Wayne Morris.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's 50-50.
Okay.
It's a
Everybody,
win-win.
thank you. Tune in. Follow on Instagram. Fear_fishing. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.